Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mello. I normally have some non-commentary gameplays. I also have character lore videos for the Outlast trials for different prime assets and X-Pops within the game. I also have a few videos with some movie reviews slash summaries slash commentary, I guess. If you're interested in that content, I would link those at the top of this video and also at the end of this video as well. But today we are focusing on the Outlast trials. We're focusing on the imposters, and I know Aurora and Otto are still like on my list to do. I do not know why I'm procrastinating with it because I've been wanting to talk about them for the longest time. I just don't know why I'm struggling with collecting all of the evidence that I already have to make a video about them. So I am working on that video. I will get this video out with those two hopefully by this weekend. However, today I will be talking about the imposters within the Outlast trials, the new invasion mode as well, which shows a difference between the AI imposters versus the players imposters because it's a completely different ball game. So if my video does interest you, stick around as we're going to dive into who exactly are the imposters within the Outlast trial.
I shall deliver your punishment.
Suckers, you think you can break me like that? With an animal carcass?
Is that you, sweet pea?
You should have turned down this bounty, Talos.
I'll see you soon.
Starting this video off, the imposters look exactly like any reagent in a trial. Their username will mimic those of the disguised player. So on my Outlast, it may say Mello for me, but then the imposter may say Mello with a 0_ or Mello with a 3. Now diving into a quick background about the imposters, as I mentioned earlier, they are former General X-Pops and they have been assigned latex masks from Murkoff Corporation, and they use that to imitate the appearance of the reagent within the trial. So this is their way to easily integrate themselves into a group without being noticed. While researching the imposters, I learned that they are also left in the trial environments naked. They are forced to find clothing from previous reagents, and they use that for their own outfits. They also craft small weapons from whatever material is available. That can be glass or bits of metal, sharpening it against some stone. Now diving into the personality of the imposters, now I know that I mentioned their physical appearance look exactly as the player that they're disguising as. However, when it comes to their personality, their true personality is foggy at the best. One thing about them is that they do have voice lines, which is signs from paranoia or from anxiety whenever they fail to stab a reagent. For example, if they end up missing their attack, they will end up saying something along the lines of "I tried, I promise I tried," and they're worried about either Murkoff or Dr. Easterman himself will punish them for not fulfilling their purpose in the trial. In contrast to that, they will show great pride and rejoice whenever they do succeed attacking a reagent, and this is maybe because they know they will receive some type of praise from Dr. Easterman as long as they keep this up. Now with the imposters though, they appear in a trial when multiple reagents are present. So as I mentioned earlier, if you're in a group of people as you're playing the Outlast trials, you're more than likely going to come across an imposter unless you're playing in the invasion mode, or if you create a trial that has more imposters in it. They will spawn near players and slowly approach them. If they get too close to you, of course they'll pull out a weapon, try to grab you, and that's how they trick you with the imposters. Now with the imposters, they're actually my favorite X-Pops in the game because it's just very different. You can even create your own trials and have more imposters in the trial so you can actually experience them yourself without anyone else in the room. Now we all know they introduced the invasion mode now. I have participated in the invasion mode as a reagent. I have not done it as an imposter yet. However, it gives you a completely different vibe when you're playing the Outlast trials in invasion mode, because with the AI version of the imposters, whether you're playing by yourself or with a group of people, usually it's the same thing. They attack you and then they run off and go back to the gate. However, in the invasion mode is completely different, and I love it, and I hope they keep this in the game forever and expand more on invasion mode, because now you're stuck with an imposter that can stab you, but they don't immediately go back to the gate after they get you. They can still chase after you. And sometimes you may be playing in a trial with yourself, and then there's 2 imposters. So it's just it's very interesting. I love invasion mode. The invasion mode is like one of the greatest things, I think, personally, introduced to the Outlast trials. It gives me Outlast vibes a little bit, because now you're getting away from the AI bots when it comes to like the X-Pops and the prime assets, but then you just have this actual player in the trials with you, and they can be behind you throughout the entire trial and then attack you before you escape. Now, I know I mentioned earlier that the names may be different, like my name is Mello, but then the imposter's name may be Mello with a 3. When you play the trials in psychosurgery mode, I believe, that's when the names are not on there. Therefore, you are not able to confirm whether or not this person is an imposter or not when they approach you. So the best course of action to take at that point is to straight up ask them like, hey, are you near me? And if the player says that they're not near you, then more than likely that is an imposter. There is another thing as well. I believe it's only in Make the Trials. You can edit the trial where you can't hear the players unless they're nearby you. So if you're going to sit there and say, hey, are you so-and-so, and they don't respond, or it's like very faint in the headset where you're trying to hear them, more than likely that is an imposter. Now, ending this video off with some random trivia. So the imposters and the berserkers are the only enemies that does not have chase music. The imposters do not appear in solo play unless you have more imposters included. The imposters, the Night Hunter and Jaeger, are the only X-Pops who wear night vision equipment. However, the imposters apparently never use their night vision goggles, which makes no sense because they need to be able to see you in the dark. Now, I can't say the same thing about the invasion mode because, again, I have not played the game as an imposter yet, but I'm assuming in invasion mode as an imposter, and since you are the player, you should be able to equip the night vision goggles. If not, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. Also, in rare occasions, the imposters manage to steal clothing from the staff members, and they can take appearances of scientists and security guards. I'm very interested to see how far they're going to take invasion mode, because if this is true with the rare occasions of imposters taking clothes from the staff in the facility, then I feel like a breach would happen. We all have Amelia who did the breach already because she found a way out of the trials, but I wonder, would it be the same thing with the imposters, and it makes a whole breach situation because they felt the need to have the players go against each other. And that is all that I have for today's video. If you enjoyed my video, give me a huge thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, comment down below if you have done the invasion mode, and if you have done invasion mode, which one do you prefer to play as? Do you prefer to play as the reagent or the imposter? This video is going up on Friday, so I'm hoping that I have the video for Aurora and Auto finished by Saturday, so it should be up Saturday. If not Saturday, hopefully it'll be up on Sunday. The editing software that I use for my videos had an update, and I have not figured out how to do the fly-in text like I did in my previous video. So I want to make sure that I actually have that for my upcoming video with Aurora and Auto. But until then, I'll see you next time.
Just as a little extra.